Hi, it's Phil here from the podcast. We've decided to split this episode into two parts because it ran a little bit longer than expected. Hope you enjoy. Bye.
Oh, I don't know if you've seen this, but my dog's got the burn. Hey Space Cadets and Airheads, welcome to Season 3 of Not 40 Just Blank. It's a radical and righteous podcast in which each episode we take you back to the bodacious 1980s, looking back at news, TV, sports, film and music of a single year of that bitchin' decade. It sounds mega. So come and join us on our latest gnarly journey, dudes, as we head back to the 80s, the decade that fashion forgot, right here on Not 40 Just Blank. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Not 40 Just Blank. What a smart decision you've made in joining us. Well done, you. We're all on tip-top form and we're looking forward to jetting back in time for a flying visit to 1987, and we're glad you're all here for the ride. Look who's poking their heads around the corner to join us too. It's the Chuckle Brothers themselves. A jolly good evening to you chaps. It's Richard and Phil. Hello.
Hello.
Well, howdy there, boy.
Well, I like it already, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gentlemen, how have we been? Are we well?
Yeah, it's good.
Good couple of weeks off.
Yeah, this one's a good one. 1987, good year.
Good year.
Yeah.
A fine
It is
year.
very
I enjoyed researching this one.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly, actually.
I have a feeling that it might run quite lengthy. There's a lot going on. So we're like 9 at this point, aren't we? So it's like I've started to get like proper memories back again.
Yeah,
rather than just some of the research stuff.
Yeah,
no, it's really
So especially the music, I was like, oh yeah, I actually remember this.
Mixtapes.
Yeah, I remember vinyls.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's some vinyls that my sisters used to have that I remember like on the music.
It's just like shoving them in your face.
Yeah, no,
Can't have
Yeah.
them.
You're not allowed to listen to this
Smell
one
our
either.
vinyl.
all the
Exactly.
music now. You just instantly get an image of a vinyl. And you're like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Like all the cover
Yeah.
art and stuff.
What's
Yeah,
springing
yeah.
to mind, Phil?
I can't read it now. When we get to the music section, I'll bring it up.
Okay.
His favourite pair of trousers. He used to
Wow,
look really
okay.
good in those vinyl trousers. Wipe clean. Really cleanable. So, without further ado, should we head off to 1987? Del,
Yeah.
you normally set us up with something fairly random. Got anything?
Yeah, so I got a list of stuff again. We can go through it.
Delightful.
and want you
That means
to-
me and Phil don't have to think for about half an
No,
hour.
that's great.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'll shout some stuff out. Let me know.
Shout some stuff.
Just shout
Yeah,
out
I'm going
some
to shout
stuff.
some stuff out. Right, letterbox.
Emotion!
First thing I'm going to shout out is letterbox cheese.
What have we got to do with that?
Already I
Well,
feel
it's
like...
letterbox cheese. Okay, that's one thing we could talk about.
Can we choose? Give us 4 and we'll choose the top 2.
Wanking in the street.
The follow-up to Dancing in
Dancing
the
in the Street, yeah, Bowie and Jaggers.
Bowie and Jagger at it again. Yeah. So letterbox cheese, that in the street.
Wanking in the street. Squirrel beef.
You've got a long-running squirrel beef, so I'm intrigued to see
This
how
sounds
this
like
goes.
something it might be from a Friends thing. Naked gym guy.
Is that me?
Yeah, naked.
Great.
And
Get these trousers off.
have a go hero.
But hang on, are we picking one? Because I think I remember last time, similar to this week, I'm quite intrigued by them all. So we end up
Yeah.
just going for
Okay,
them all.
I think we probably will,
Where do you
wouldn't
want to start then?
Well, it's got to be wanking in the street, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Start strong and tail off.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we'll start with that and we'll end with squirrel beef.
So what is this? Is this a news headline?
This is
No,
a
it's
Dell,
not.
this is Dell news headlines.
It's things that either like pops into my head or like something I'll come across within like the 2 weeks we've been off.
Ah, okay.
There's
All
either
right. So
thi-
it's things that have happened.
Either things that have
Oh
happened.
my God,
yeah.
Del,
So
have you masturbated in the street in the last 2 weeks?
I have.
Just want to clarify that's not.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying
It's
to
not a
promote
literal
my new
thing.
business. Wanking in the
Do you
street.
need a guy
I
to
remember
come round
seeing
and
something on
plaster
the
your house?
Benfleet community.
You know, you get tour guides that do like Jack the Ripper tours. Well,
This is
I'm going
Del-
to do one at Benfleet, but we'll wank in the
Del-
street.
Del the Jerker.
Jack the Ripper.
Nice.
Yeah, gonna.
All right, give us the intel on this one.
So the wanking in the street. So Frankie goes
Hollywood.
To Hollywood. He does go to
Yeah.
Hollywood. He also goes swimming on a Friday, a Sunday, and a Tuesday. And when he goes there, I was speaking to one of the mums, and one of the mums, we've got a mutual friend, and the mutual friend was telling one of the mums that a guy who was outside on the high road on Benfleet, where a flat is opposite, was having a wank in the street. And there's not much to it, apart from that is the thing.
That is
What,
the
on the
thing.
pavement?
Just like literally, not actually. It wasn't out. It was like full on like billiards. But he was continuing vigorously, and it was
He
just
started
like,
in the house and he just popped outside to get the papers in.
there's no punchlines.
And
There's no
carried
clever
on.
things. It's literally that was just
Somewhere in
wanking the street.
Benfleet, there was a gentleman
So it's discussed. So yeah. So it's
masturbated.
So what did they
Cycling in the
do?
street.
Just watch?
a little bit. Yeah. It was just. I think
What do you
it's
want
a
him to
bit
do?
curious.
Like, mark out of 10?
Yeah. Well, and obviously, like, she didn't call the police, but obviously someone did because it was a popular thing. I didn't realise how popular because it actually turned up on a feed on Benfleet Group, so it's actually quite a thing.
It's
Yeah,
on the
so
Facebook
it was a
already.
thing. But yeah, I know. So, in theory, how would you? So, picture your like houses, your driveways. You're maybe washing up. Maybe your kitchen's in the front. Maybe it's not. But you're literally you looked out your front window and there's a guy or gal
Going to town on
wanking in the
themselves.
street. What do you do?
Wow. Same way you deal with foxes, I imagine. You get the hose on them. You've got to
Yeah,
turn the
yeah,
hose on them down. Hose them down. Getting a bit too hot under the collar, aren't
Do you invite them in?
Get the iPhone out and you film it, didn't you? That's
Yeah.
they? Straight in. For what purpose, Phil?
Yeah, exactly.
Blackmail.
Right.
Blackmail.
Blackmail.
Yeah, always goes down well, doesn't it?
It really does.
You've got to have something on someone.
That's very true. Always keep the dirt. Keep the dirt where you can see it.
Yeah, no, definitely, no. Also, I think like always look out for talent.
Well, that's
Yeah,
absolutely
so
true. You could
it's
always
a bit-
become an agent for.
Yeah, exactly. Like potentially, like I
Whoever
don't
it
know
is.
how you get a wrestler into the wrestling business.
Did they say how long they were watching it for, though? Did they like wait for him to finish?
Half hour.
No. Well, I don't think he was going for quite a long time. Actually, I don't think.
Did they? How long?
I think,
What did they say?
no, I didn't really talk.
Phil looking for a time
the
to
actual
beat.
person. So maybe in 2 weeks' time we could have a wanking update.
Was it night time or?
Yeah, so tomorrow I'm seeing the actual mum who saw the wanking. So we could have a wanking update if you want in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Get her on
so
the pod.
a wank up.
Film, record it.
Yeah, okay, maybe
Yeah,
I
yeah.
won't interview her.
Yeah.
Well, I might have to like I won't pixelate out her face. I might have to do like a
Yeah, it's not-
voiceover,
it's not
like
the
a
face.
screen. Yeah,
Pixelate everything.
yeah, like pixelated her face, but everyone recognises her
Like,
voice.
change your voice. Yes, so he was a mirror.
He was a rotter. He was a dirty rotter, he was. Maybe it was Cilla Black. How would Cilla Black suggest such a thing, Phil?
So I don't know. She would probably. She wouldn't say, "Get my hat."
She would.
She'd have to
Would,
say
she'd
something.
She definitely would.
Well, she might if he was.
Get my camera.
If he was like, if he was wanking over someone, then marriage could be on the card. So she could say, "Oh, get my hat."
Maybe he was doing it over a hat. Oh, get my hat.
Hang on,
Yeah.
what makes you think that wanking over someone would potentially lead to marriage?
It could do.
Opposites attract, still. Opposites
It
attract.
could do. It's
right.
a good start.
It's a solid start.
It's not a bad start, yeah.
Well, it's a
But
runny start.
yeah.
Let's move on. Let's hit me up with some letterbox cheese, Dale.
So letterbox cheese. Letterbox cheese is all about today. So
All about today.
all about today.
All
Letterbox
about
cheese come up. So I generally drop my shopping round to my mum. So she asked for certain bits, and I dropped the shopping off today. She wasn't in. I thought I've done the job. I've done well. I've got out of here. A bit like in the end where Luke blows up the Death Star.
Let's blow this thing and go
Star
home.
Wars. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Thought I'd done my job. Got home. There's a couple of there's texts missing, and then she actually rings me up to go,
Livid.
"Look, where's my cheese?" So I was like, "Okay, you can have your cheese, but
I've pulled a wrong one here.
okay." So then I sort of decided.
Hang on, what did you say? You can have your cheese.
You can have the
You can have your
cheese.
cheese.
Well, so like you had it at ransom. You held it ransom or something. You can have your cheese.
Whenever Dale delivers shopping, he always leaves one thing just to
Like
drive
Liam
a man.
Neeson.
I've got a
I
certain
want
set
the
of
cheese. You
skills.
can have your cheese.
I have your cheese.
I will find you, and I
your
will give you
cheese.
back your cheese.
And I just said, look, Mum, I haven't done it when I'll be able to time. I won't be able to pop in, but I'll be able to post it for the letterbox.
So what did you do? Just forget to get her cheese?
I forgot to get her cheese. No, I had the cheese, but it was in the fridge because of the rest of the stuff. So I got the cheese. I got the shopping yesterday, but most of the stuff in there was sort of like it didn't need to be refrigerated.
Non-perishable.
But you kept the
Cheese
cheese.
did. Kept the cheese in.
Responsible
Forgot the
cheese ownership, Dale.
Responsible cheese ownership. But that was the thing. And then I said, oh, well, don't worry, I'll post it through your letterbox. Which
Not
she-
responsible cheese
that,
ownership.
well, I don't know, but she took umbrage to it. She took offence to it. Like I just thought this was good.
So what cheese is in a block of cheese or cheese
Block of
slices?
cheese, cheddar cheese. No,
It's not
mature
posting it through
cheddar.
in chunks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it's a massive wheel of parmesan or something.
She hasn't got a
He's just
dog
breaking
anymore.
off.
There's no chance of the dog going for it. It's just letterbox cheese.
You go round, you go into the back door. You
in
see
what
your
way
mum
did she-
on her hands and knees.
In what way
eating
did she
cheese on
take
the front
offence to it?
doorstep.
Was she like...
Well, she didn't like the fact of my actions of posting cheese for a letterbox.
I had to bend to get my cheese.
Why did she say that? Why?
Well, she just got you can't. She was just like all like a bit sort of weird about it. I was like, no, it's like, and then I tried to go down the lines of, but it might be great. And then
Rated.
Yeah, it could be great.
What a
Yeah, it could
lovely
be great.
pun. It might be great.
But yeah, no, and in fact, potentially letterbox cheese could make it taste nicer.
Really could sort of
And then she's
soften
missing
it
out on a big thing. So
Yeah, as it lands on the doorstep, maybe it softens it.
So what did you end up doing?
the cheese is still in my fridge. Yeah, it's just like, if you're not prepared,
you've
you're not prepared for
stood
me
your
to drop
ground.
the cheese in the letterbox. If you don't want the letterbox cheese, you can
So-
do one. I don't care if we are blood related.
So 1988 episode.
Yeah.
I want an update on the wanking. I want an update on where the cheese is
Yeah.
Okay,
at that
cheese,
point.
okay.
Is
Or
it
did
still
you
in your
deliver it?
fridge?
Yes.
I'll be really impressed if it's still in your fridge.
Still in the
you
fridge.
haven't given
No,
it.
no, that's
posted
cool.
it or eaten it.
Yeah.
Okay, and so now we go.
You got a lot of homework.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Well, what do you want next? You want to go?
I want you to finish on squirrel beef. So whatever.
Okay. Do you want Have a Go Hero or do you want Naked Gym Guy?
Oh.
Have a go
Have a
here.
go hero. Yeah.
So Have a Go Hero is just sort of, there's not much to it, but again, it's a discuss thing. So Have a Go Hero. So it was when I was going through research, I was like sort of looking at this story, and it's a Have a Go Hero, and it just sort of like have a go. There's what other have a goes, and it's just like you have a go hero. But now I was thinking, could you have a go? Have a go dentist? Could you have a go surgeon? What else could you have?
Or have a go villain.
Have a go villain. Yeah.
As long as you don't have a go at wanking in the street, though, it'll be
Have a
absolutely
go.
fine.
Yeah, have a go.
No one wants you to have a go at that.
Yeah, maybe that was an ad. Poor bloke's
Maybe.
being judged.
Who
He
knows?
just wanted to have a go.
So,
So
what would be
what would
that?
the
if you was
oddest
having
have a go?
Yeah, obviously have a go, because have a go hero, you're actually committing to something. But yeah, like have a go surgeon,
Have a go
heart surgeon.
milkman.
Have a go. Yeah.
They're like hardly don't do them anymore, do they?
Don't know. Yeah, there's still
So
milkmen
it's like
knocking about.
you're almost bringing back something.
There's still milkmen knocking about. My
Yeah.
next door neighbour still has them. Yeah, and he's
Yeah, there's one.
there's one.
There's one in
He
Bentley.
just puts one pint. He's got a massive milk float just with one bottle.
There's one enormous bottle for the whole plate.
Some little kids are nicked it. You bastards.
They're lifting it down. It's so big. It's so huge.
Or what about have a go shoplifter?
Have a go shoplift. Oh, yeah.
Turn it on its head.
Yeah, I think that could work.
Not enough. Not enough shoplifting going on.
Oh, yeah, that was going. What would be an impossible thing to have a go at? Do you think? Have a go.
Have a go parachutist, I imagine, is pretty tough.
What, without training?
Yeah. Or a parachute.
Or a parachute?
Just go up in a plane and say, I'm going to have a go parachutist. We're on a commercial flight, sir.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'm going to have a go parachutist,
think that
okay?
could work.
Don't stop me.
Oh, I don't know. I reckon, yeah. But then I reckon there's some 80s heroes that could.
So what was the have a go hero? Where was this? You
What
saw
were they
this?
trying to do?
So I was doing research for the weird news, and Have a Go Hero popped up. So Have a Go Hero, and then I was like, Have a Go, and then I was mulling over, and I go, ooh, talking point.
So where do you see this have a go? Is it like in a newspaper, like an advert or something?
It was an old story. It was on the internet. So it's a Have a Go Hero, and then there's a Have a Go, Have a Go, Have a Go,
Have a Go
Have a
Wikipedia
Go. Yeah, have a go. Have a go.
I suppose people have a go of everything now.
I'd like to have a go at being a naked gym guy.
Oh, what about having a go on someone's
Good
wife?
segue.
Thanks.
Did you have a go on someone's wife?
Someone's wife.
Are you asking me if I'd have a go at
I'm
adultery?
just saying,
then?
have a go on adulterous. I don't know.
I'm going to say no, just because it's the right thing to say.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know.
That's what I wanted to hear.
That's a test, obviously.
We can carry on the podcast in relative safety.
right.
Well done, chaps.
So,
naked gym guy.
So, naked gym guy was, again, I haven't been to the gym in a while. I was thinking back when I did go to the gym, and there was a guy when I did go to the gym was a naked gym guy. So, naked gym guy would literally be naked all the time, but so much so. So, in a packed men's changing
Well,
room.
on the running machine.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Got the
thinking,
short
actually.
arm.
You used to catch his penis in like the
Just a
the treadmill.
deadlifting. fucking piles coming out his arse. Just like,
Oh man, used to. Oh mate,
Is that a tricep extension? Thank you very much.
oh mate, used to have a kettlebell on the end of his knob. It's a kettlebell end.
So what you mean is the guy after
So
doing
in the
his
changing
stuff,
room,
he
was always butt naked. So this was.
They used to be like
fitness.
an older gentleman. They just didn't give a shit.
Yeah, it wasn't a particularly.
Immediately you come out the shower, you're like towel round just for a bit of modesty. But they were like, no, I'll give it the full extension, put a leg up on the bench, really dry the unders and overs, tout the old balls up. They do the lot, don't they?
Yeah, oh mate, some do the old the moisturiser, they naked moisturising.
Hey.
I hope one of them does their entire
Naked gym guy, mate, was the best naked person I've seen in the gym because he used to be.
Hats off.
This was at Fitness First in Victoria. It's not there; it's Pure Gym now. But when it was Fitness First, so they always used to have big packs of GQ magazines and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
he would get
wank material.
He would go in. He would get a GQ magazine, butt naked. He would pull one of the chairs out, and he would go in the middle of the changing room and read.
Just have a whole read of a magazine.
Did he do like Sharon Stone?
Yeah, not quite.
Big leg crossing moment halfway through.
But the best thing about Naked Gym Guy is when he had a conversation with one of his mates. Right, I kid you not, when he made a point, he would slap his penis
rather than his thigh. He'd slap his old
he would
boy.
just slap his dick.
That's amazing! Exclamation point.
Boom. So, but a Naked Gym Guy cannot give you an update on. Unfortunately,
Oh, that's a shame.
He's not passed. He's just.
I remember going to the gym and like it's different to the older guys.
Yeah.
This was a younger person.
Oh, okay.
And they're
How young?
no, like in his 20s and that.
Oh,
But he
okay.
was like, you know, you get the hair dryers, don't you? Like,
Yeah.
he was
He wouldn't
hair
do his
drying his armpits. It was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He was like standing in front of the mirror, just hair drying his armpits.
I've seen people
just
hair
get a
drying.
towel. And
I was going to say,
I've seen hair drying their balls and arse crack. Yeah,
Just,
it's that animal stuff.
Animals. Speaking of animals, let's finish on squirrel beef.
So squirrel
Dave.
beef.
Segue.
I am on
king
Segway
today.
heavy. Yeah.
Jimmy is
I'm
the
feeling good.
Segway
I'm feeling good about it.
So squirrel. So viewers that don't know, I've had a lot of beef with squirrels over the years and over probably the last 2 years. So I used to love them. Now I kind of got a love-hate relationship. I respect their problem solving, their skills from jumping
They're
back.
clever
and
little
forth.
buggers, but
So clever.
bastards.
But they're so much so that I think my neighbour thinks I'm a fucking loon. But I know
Should
you
be
probably
right.
you've realised by listening. If you're a regular listener, you probably know that already. But he's just like. He catches me with Nerf guns. I've got a Nerf gun. I do like a James Bond. I tippy toe out in the garden. I try and hit squirrels with the Nerf guns and that. I don't want to kill them. I don't want to hurt them, but
Just
with
scare
a
them
Nerf
away
gun.
from the house. Yeah.
Get them
What's a
away from the
Nerf
house.
gun going to do though?
Just meant to
Just makes
deter
them
them.
think.
Yeah.
Think again, doesn't it? Same as like, yeah.
Have I told you about the piss hippo?
You know, you'd think we'd remember that.
So
Yeah.
So the piss hippo is I got one of my I think it was either Frankie or Molly's old toys, which then Max got hold of, so it then turned into a dog toy, but still one of the kids' toys. And apparently human urine puts.
Oh yeah.
So
I think you did tell us that.
Yeah, I pissed on a hippo and then
Yeah.
put it on the top of my fence. So
Yeah, come back to me now.
yeah, so there was a piss hippo. But so I want to. So there's this about the squirrel. So, but this made me trigger triggered something deeper. But there's a story I always remember at Wat Tyler Park. So Wat Tyler Park. So I remember going there, and in Wat Tyler Park you've got like a little cafe type thing.
Yeah.
I remember going to the cafe, and there was a dead squirrel outside the cafe, just lying there.
I thought it was like the specials.
So, no, this was. I always remember this, and so it was like, okay, the kids were a lot younger, so just went upstairs. I spoke to the woman and just went, just
so
to
you're
let you
aware,
know, there's
yeah.
a dead squirrel outside. And she went, John, or whoever her like younger son was, just went, John. Dead squirrel outside. Can you deal with it? And like, there's almost like in like a checkout at the fucking counter.
Yeah.
It's like Carol, cashier, John, dead squirrel outside.
Clean up
Deal
aisle
with it.
3.
I kid you not. So like Frankie, like and Molly, I can't remember how old Molly was, but it was again we was all outside, just sort of waiting to go in to get a coffee or whatever. This guy just picked up the squirrel by the fucking tail, swung it round, and lobbed it over the fence, just without batting an eyelid. It was just like.
Done. And then went back in, didn't wash his hands and made the sandwiches for you.
I was just thinking, fucking.
And
hell,
that's where
so-
COVID started.
And that's and that's,
That's
the
how
whole
you
thing.
deal with a dead squirrel. Just
Yes.
should we bag it up and dispose of it now? What we'll do, we'll yeet it over the fence by its tail.
One thing I forgot to mention, going back to the gym, actually, I left off Bill Rocket. Bill Rocket.
Oh.
So Bill Rocket was a guy who used to go into the gym. Another strange guy would go on the treadmill and psych himself up by saying, I'm a rocket, I'm a rocket.
Shout out.
Yeah, well, his name was Bill, but we called him Bill Rocket because he'd psych himself up, go, I'm a rocket, I'm a rocket. And if you was like next to him on the treadmill, I would just be pissing myself laughing. And like if you're trying to go for it, you just oxygen-wise, that's Bill Rocket. So that's the end of my
Oh, God bless him.
my nonsense.
That is a packed 2 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Honestly,
So bear in mind that floats around my head. That sort of
that sort of stuff.
That's only a smidge.
Yeah, so we want an update though on the wanking
okay.
and what was the other thing? The cheese.
Cheese. Yeah. Letterbox cheese.
Cheesegate and Mastigate.
Mastigate. Oh, I know.
That's what we're going to call them. We'll get those two trending on Twitter by the end of the evening. All right, so now that's the weird stuff out of your head.
Yes.
Have you got anything else strange or weird news or records, or do we need to do our stuff first? I keep forgetting the general.
We do
principle.
ours first, don't we?
Do we do ours first?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Let's talk about
You
that.
do.
Honestly, we're only 53 episodes in. You'd think I'd fucking remember the format, wouldn't you? All right, so 1987. News and current affairs from the year.
Ooh, not much.
Weirdly, when you say 1987, it sort of feels relatively recent.
Yeah.
But yet it's actually like 30 plus years ago.
Yeah,
So
I know,
we go,
that's scary.
Shit, we are old, aren't we? All right, here we go.
Really?
We start with Rear of the Year.
1987. Is there a female and a male again?
There's weirdly, so it started with a male last year, didn't it? With Barrymore.
Barrymore was the first
Annika
male.
Rice and Michael Barrymore, wasn't it?
Was Barrymore our first male?
He was the very first male one.
Imagine having that record.
This time it just goes back to a single white female.
Single white female.
Yeah. So just one lady Rear of the Year from this year.
1987.
88 goes back to a man and a woman.
Oh, okay.
Do we know this person? She
Very much so.
Right,
Public Eye, 1987.
Sarah Green.
Not I would love it to have been Sarah Green. Big fan. But sadly not. But you're right with Telly.
Oh, Telly. Oh, okay.
Telly
Gloria
based. It's literally the same six guesses as you, isn't it? Now Annika Rice is off the table.
Quite nice about Gloria. Even like then,
even
she
now.
would have been. Even now.
So back then, an absolute hammer, Ford. But no, sadly not Gloria. Not Gloria.
Jimmy's been going around the celebrity nursing homes.
I really have. June Whitfield. Oh, she's gone.
Oh, it's got to be, you got to plug that at Channel 5, celebrity nursing
Celebrity nursing home. You know what? It's not that far off.
Celebs in nursing homes. Is that what you mean?
Rather than dressed up as nurses, yeah. Just being fed like porridge and helped to the games room.
Night. Okay, so live morning.
So no, it's not live telly. It's just telly.
Just telly.
1987.
Jill Cook.
Jill Cook. Who's Jill Cook?
I just made something up.
That's like Sue Cook and Jill Dando.
Sue Cook. Oh yeah, probably. Yeah.
Anne Diamond.
No. No.
Oh.
Hello.
Ulrika Johnson.
Oh, that is
that's
a great shout. But no. How about if I tell you actress?
Actress. Oh no.
Yeah.
Jane Seymour we had before, didn't we?
Seymour, I think you've guessed it. I'm not sure if she's won it, but it's not her.
Is it a soap actress?
It is a soap actress.
Right. So what's Letitia Dean.
Who played?
Oh, that was young Sharon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, I think she was only about 16 when she at that point. She was Daddy's princess, wasn't she?
Oh, Barbara Windsor.
Princess. No, she wasn't.
Oh no, she wasn't in it. Was she?
What's the name? It was the other. It was
Gillian Tailford.
Den's.
Very close.
Den's wife.
Oh, can you
Ange.
get the name?
Yeah.
It is Anita Dobson.
Anita
Dobson. Was she got Rear of the Year?
She was Rear of the Year, which is weird because when you saw her in the pub, you only saw the top half of her.
And then she used
So
to
who
morph
knows?
into Brian May and play for
say,
Queen.
yeah.
That's right. And then
Lucky Brian May.
She was doing the tour.
So
of,
maybe it was actually Brian May who was Rear of the Year. They just
Yeah, it was.
maybe.
Yeah.
That's why they didn't do a male one.
It was interspersed.
It was a merge. They merged it
They
together.
merged the two.
I
of
wanted
them.
to do a callback, but we can't.
No.
I was going to do a callback, but we can't.
There you go. Just
Callback.
Don't worry.
Ange.
It's just
Yeah.
It's dead air.
Gloss,
dead air.
gloss on. So yeah, there you go. Anita Dobson, Rear of the Year.
A Queen-related callback. Phil.
Oh, yeah.
No, tragically not. I'm going to move on. I'm going to tell you.
Very wise.
I'm going to tell you that. Only because it's relevant from where my family have been today. Chessington Zoo turned into a theme park in this year.
Did it?
And became World of Adventures instead of just a shitty zoo.
Yeah, see, That World Adventures started off as the one.
That was it. It was the only
It
one.
was the one.
Yeah,
and then Thorpe Park was
Sprung up.
Yeah, it started out, and then
Carnage
but it
Hell.
wasn't that great to begin with.
No,
Thorpe
not at
Park.
all.
It was the lamer one of the two.
So remember
Yeah.
Alton Towers? Was that after?
Alton Towers was just being planted. It was just.
It was.
No, it would have been.
Haven't we
It would have
ever-
been. Alton Towers would have probably put in the. But it would have been around this sort of time.
Yeah, I think we spoke about Alton Towers but in the
think we
previous
might
year,
well
so
have
it
done,
must have been
yeah.
before that, yeah.
It's amazing how
okay.
quickly we forget, isn't it?
Yeah.
exactly.
But yeah, that started all the nonsense
Oh wow!
off and
okay.
running.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I've got...
Is that where the animals started going on the rides?
Yeah, exactly
Pretty much,
that, yeah. They let them out of the...
One by one.
enclosures.
The Rhino roller coaster, though.
And they just let them go absolutely mental on the log flume. They bloody loved it, didn't they? What else?
A giraffe with Princess Diana.
Well, you could never put a giraffe on that because it was too tall.
Oh,
for
yeah,
the-
that's true, yeah.
They'd knock their head off going underneath one of the
Yeah,
low
that would be
bridges.
true. That's true. Oh God,
An absolute carnage. You don't want kids seeing that, do you, on a school trip?
you're not. No, not really. Mate.
How was it, darling? Horrific. I saw a giraffe lose its head. Right, let's move away from that. I'm going to tell you that the first IKEA opened in 1987.
Where was it?
How do you pronounce it? Do you pronounce it IKEA?
Yeah.
IKEA.
Yeah, IKEA.
It was in Warrington, up north,
Oh really?
home of
All the good Swede.
all the good stuff. They were there.
Northern.
having
Home of
very-
ABBA, that's where they live, isn't it? ABBA, Warrington.
Yeah, they've all got summer houses in
They
Warrington.
were all Northern.
The winner takes
There
it
you
all. Do the accent. Do the accent. Oh yes.
You go, oh man.
But there you go.
Don't even know.
What was that?
I don't even
Super
even a Northern, was it?
It was Super Trooper. That you read grand. It was Super
Oh God,
Champion.
can't, it's not even getting better, is it? No. Damn.
Getting
I
gravelly.
pride myself on my Northern. Now it's gone.
It's all right.
Pop.
If we ever need an impression doing, don't worry. We've got young Phil.
We've got a special one.
We've got a speciality.
we might
artist
bring
on it.
out later.
One more thing from me, and I'll let you guys
Okay.
chip in. The acid house rave scene started off.
Yeah.
Disused warehouses all around the country in '87.
Really?
I suppose it was probably happening just slightly before that, wasn't it? And then
Yeah.
the police
Yeah,
were
it's
just
probably
getting
underground.
wind of it and
isn't
stuff.
it?
But
Yeah, underground.
That
then
was when it was all like in sort of warehouses and
yeah, it's
like
all
farmers' fields.
disused,
wasn't it?
derelict buildings.
So is this
and all
the
rest
start
of
of acid and ease and
Yeah. You sounded like such a middle-aged man.
it? They really did, didn't they?
disgusting time?
Was it when all those drug addicts were dancing
Yeah.
and whatnot?
A
Who's using-
horrible time.
Going around the back of sheds using poles.
That marijuana?
Yeah. Was your reefer? Is it? Was
Reefer.
that how you pronounce it? Reefer?
Jumpers with goalposts.
But yes, it
Clear
probably
off
was.
off my lawn.
Get
you
off my
bloody-
land. Go and smoke your filthy mushroom vaginas or somewhere else.
Don't piss on my hippo, boy. Fuck off.
No, that's what you need to scare them off. Acid house ravers. It's a
yeah.
piss on a hippo.
Piss on a hippo. Cool. And then
Would be
just
the
line them
weirdest
up
thing.
on the Delos fence.
Very much so.
Then get a gun and you got a fairground ride. Fairground ride? Fairground game.
Fairground attraction. What else have you got, Mr. Reynolds? You and me do the
Yeah,
news.
I've got
and then
some
do
more worldwide news.
worldwide news.
So I've got President Reagan signs a secret order allowing covert sales of arms to Iran.
Oh,
that
was
definitely
nice,
didn't
wasn't
end
it?
badly, did it?
No, so that was nice.
That was nice of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they invaded them.
Yeah, I was
shortly
going to say
after.
that didn't wasn't very contradictive there, was it at all?
Not at all.
Vincent van Gogh's Sunflowers sells. This sale makes records for tripling the record for an auctioned painting. Can you tell me how much it went for?
So where are we? 87.
14 million.
I was going to say they're going for masses anyway. Aren't
So
they?
this, whatever it
Way
sold
back.
for now, was triple the original
Bloody
for an
hell.
auction painting.
I'll say 30 million then. Only 'cause that's a
14,
nice-
30 million, it's pretty much bang in the middle of that. It's 22.5 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 22.5 million.
Imagine how much that is worth now in that case. With all the-
I mean, I know it's great, but it's just
It's
a
just a
fucking
painting,
painting.
isn't it? It's just some oil on some canvas, isn't it?
That you'll just walk past one day.
Oh, yeah. And no one will believe it's the real one anyway, will they? It'll be like, oh, that's obviously a copy.
I've got
Yeah,
another one
exactly,
for you.
yeah.
This one's a good one.
Vincent did that.
Miroslav Mihailovic begins 54 hours of telling jokes.
Oh, okay.
Right. This is
So we
for
did
the-
a
this is all in aid of getting into the Guinness Book of Records.
He did 2
Wow.
days straight and some...
Can you tell me how many jokes he told within this time?
Just one. It was really random.
Yeah.
He went on quite the flight of fancy.
So it's for the Guinness Book of Records. Yeah,
54
54 hours.
hours.
How many jokes did he tell in this
Even
time?
if you do one a minute, that's 60 an hour. So it's like 60 times 50. It's ridiculous. No. Come
on, give me a number. Give me a number.
20,000. I don't know.
Do you know, that's not bad. I'd say somewhere around that. 18,000, 20,000. Yeah.
287,000
Shut the front door. All of them were knock-knock jokes.
Shit,
And
yeah.
It's like
really
Tim Vine, isn't it? It's like must be like a Tim Vine, just like bang, 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 just like.
Yeah. God, how did you do that? Wow.
I mean,
you can't have 200.
I was going to say, how did he have all of them? He must have written them down. That's crazy, isn't it?
Well, you would have hoped so. He's not remembering all of them, is he?
That's impressive.
Well, he must have been.
I wonder if it's still the record. We have to look that up.
Yeah.
No. Can anyone be bothered to break that?
No.
Michael Jackson attempts to buy the remains of the Elephant Man.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, he was a massive fan.
He was into all that kind of oddities and stuff, which is, ironic, being he's one of the biggest ones of that. Yeah.
Yeah, because he related to him, didn't he, with the whole skin pigmentation. Yeah. I remember watching that
body
thing
dysmorphia
about
sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh man, did he ever get? He'd never got him, did he?
I don't know. I didn't go that far into it.
Yeah,
couldn't be asked to find out.
Again, you go around like Springsteen's house. He's got Vincent van Gogh's. So yeah, all right, yeah. Okay. Go to fucking Jackson's toilet. He's got fucking.
What's in the box, Michael?
Gotcha.
Oh, it's the bones of the elephant.
So you got Neverland. So you got fucking big sort of like big wheels and like fairground rides in the one bit, and in another room you go in this fucking the elephant man's remains. What the fuck?
Another one's little Billy.
He was gonna blab on me. So
I thought you meant Piper.
Yeah, because she wanted to.
Can I be your girlfriend? No, you can't. No,
Margaret Thatcher is the first Prime Minister in 160 years to win a third consecutive term.
Wow.
It's crazy, isn't it?
That's when it started going downhill.
Martina Navratilova wins her 8th Wimbledon singles title, beating Steffi Graf.
After 7, it's like...
You got any more, Jimmy?
There was 2 other big things that kind of happened. So the DLR opened up in London, which is the driverless trains thing, which is kind of the future.
Is that then, was it?
Yeah.
Is that early?
Yeah, doesn't feel like it was that early, does it? The Channel Tunnel was given the go-ahead to start construction. About 7 years later, it opens up in 1994, and there were 6 massive disasters that struck the UK in the 1 year, which is
the hurricane, wasn't it?
So we've got massive snowfall in January.
Yeah.
Like huge, proper deep snow. I remember that one. Then there was do you remember the Zeebrugge ferry that sank?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
As it came out of...
I do
there's 193 people killed in that one.
Wow.
Then there was a Hungerford massacre. A guy shot 16 odd people and then himself.
Right.
I remember that one.
The King's Cross fire.
Yeah, I was going to say
broke
that
out because that was all about with the wooden escalators and stuff. Wasn't it?
Cigarettes.
You
Wasn't
could
it?
still smoke indoors and stuff, and that obviously ended that.
I remember going. I used to go to the ear, nose, and throat hospital, which is just round the corner.
Yeah.
And I remember like going there days after that happened, and it was horrible, really eerie, and it was all like,
really?
Yeah, it was like all like flowers
It just
everywhere.
seems mental, doesn't it? Because you could smoke on planes, you could smoke anywhere indoor. It was different.
That actually led to what I do now.
I was going to say, pretty much what you have to do, isn't it?
Yeah,
how to get the fuck out quick.
Yeah, the fire team was basically created.
Mad. Well,
so
thanks to them,
it's like the A-team.
Dell's got a job.
The fires.
There was a Remembrance Day bombing because the IRA thing was still happening and all the rest of it, and then.
They did a bombing on Remembrance Day.
On Remembrance Day, yeah. And then finally, the sick thing is, as you mentioned, Phil, the Great Storm, which was almost a hurricane, wasn't it? But it was like...
I think it was, yeah.
Do you remember that whole thing of like the guy on the...
I wasn't here. I was in Spain when it happened, so...
Oh, well,
Yeah, I didn't witness it.
So
we
your
lived through
gangster
it.
connections.
Yeah. No, I just remember being on holiday. I didn't witness it.
Sunning himself.
I remember coming back and like...
The carnage.
I think our next door neighbour, one garage roof had blown off and stuff because... Yeah, and stuff like that.
You'd lost your wheelie.
I remember it.
Greenhouse had been knocked down and stuff like that, yeah.
All that terrible stuff.
Yeah.
We lived through it, Dale, didn't we? We survived.
I remember it well because I remember going over the park with my brother and my dad, and I remember it being so windy that I jumped in the air, and I remember having a big caggle. Again, it was like that. It was just like, and it was weird. I was thinking, why the hell were we over the
What
park?
were we doing?
I'm picturing you like at the beginning of a
blowing away.
A good TV program like Biker Grove. You jumping in there, go Biker, good, just like the wind catching you.
I was trying to do my audition tape.
I've got an image of you just jumping in the air.
I got the perfect audition, but my dad's camcorder blew away.
Yeah, lost the footage. It was a terrible nightmare.
Ended up in like, I don't know, Iraq instead of like Newcastle.
Yeah, there you go. We lived through and told the tale.
We did.
But yeah, it was mad.
The only
Mad
other
times.
thing I've got is the first condom advert is shown on British television.
Brilliant.
Now that is what you should have opened with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit more?
Oh, no, that's what I've got. But
Oh,
Act it out for us, Phil. What might
87. It
happen?
seems a bit late for the first. AIDS was going around
it's
early 80s, wasn't it?
It was like 84, 5, wasn't it? Obviously, because that was Live Aid and whatnot, and Freddie Mercury brought it into the
Yeah.
public eye a bit.
was that
And
the
then
one?
Princess Diana was doing her thing and meeting people and shaking hands without gloves on and
Oh, okay.
all that sort of stuff, wasn't she? She was sort of
Yeah,
pushing
that's right.
pushing the cause.
I think I
yeah.
don't know if it was a sketch of a program, or if it was that advert. But all I've got a thing of like a young guy going into like a chemist and asking for everything but
condoms,
Yeah, and it
so
was
like
like-
toothpaste and all the rest of it,
cough,
racking it all up. Yeah.
sweets or whatever,
Yeah.
something like that. And it was,
that rings bells.
But
yeah.
I don't think it wouldn't have been
Because it was still quite taboo, wasn't it, to
Taboo,
talk
yeah.
about any of that sort of stuff. So to have an advert,
It was
Do you
even
remember-
probably in the
mate.
90s. It was even
Yeah.
like
Do
you know-
mid-90s, I'd say. It was
Do
still.
you know what the best condom advert was ever? Like, if you've got something to match it, then please bring it.
Tell us.
it's going to be one of these ones from like Clive James.
Do you remember
or something.
Geronimo, the old guy? There was an old guy, and he talked about Geronimo, and it was this fucking old condom that he used to use. It was like thick as fuck. Like God knows what you needed to get through it. And this old guy was talking about his condom called Geronimo, and it was like, and then I think it was like Durex would then sort of like, it was almost
Saying
like
we're ultra
nostalgia.
thin
Yeah, it's like,
type thing.
yeah, it's like it's almost like the Stanley Matthews of condoms, like talking about
made
like
out of
the
wool.
old school, yeah, like a bit
Yeah.
of romance talking about like condoms, and it was talking about Geronimo, and it was just like,
I don't remember that at all.
No, I ain't got a clue.
It's hard
Big,
to know. And I
thick
watched
glass.
a lot of telly.
yeah, it was either on that or it was on like Carrot's commercial breakdown, but I swear it's like an old British guy talking about this thick condom that you couldn't get through and how basically new ones are like comfortable, but I don't know, he wasn't
Yeah.
putting it on.
Did you ever have like embarrassing moments with condoms with your mum or anything?
Well,
We know your one.
it sounds really weird the way
no,
you've
but-
asked that question. Like
No,
his
'cause-
mum's helping him putting it on.
No, 'cause-
That would be embarrassing.
It's like sounding so fucked up.
Mum, I can't make it work. Can
No.
you,
It's like, Mum,
Yeah, let me explain. Cause I
Give
get
it here,
where,
love.
I get where you're going. I always remember, like, when I first met Claire.
Like if they ever found it in
Mum,
your
I
pocket or
can't
something.
get my job.
No, I always remember when I first met Claire and we was up in the bedroom and then like my mum come in and then we just heard like a bang at the top of the stairs. She went, Phil, and I went upstairs. It was like a box of about 200 condoms. She just threw them at the top of the
Right, yeah.
stairs.
We know what you're doing. Just do it safe.
Fill your boots.
It's just like, fuck it.
Fill your
It was well
boots.
embarrassing. It's just like,
That was his
bloody
nickname back then, wasn't it? I'll fill your boots.
Fill your
Renan.
boots.
No, I don't think so. The only embarrassing,
And she come in with a camcorder.
Yeah.
yeah,
This is how you put it on.
only condom-based thing I ever had was when I
There you
went
go.
on a
Go on,
1830s.
borrow Geronimo.
I went on an 1830s holiday, and because I was 16 when I went on it,
You went on an 1830s holiday,
I was
did you?
16, yeah, with my mate Luke. He was 17, I was 16. So you have to go to the meeting ahead of sort of time where they give you all of your information and they give you a little welcome pack. And so we had to have an adult with us because neither of us were adult age. And in that pack was like all your condoms and stuff.
Oh, really? Go.
He said,
Oh, mate.
here you go, lads. Thanks very much. And it wasn't my mum; it was my mate's mum that went. So, here you go. Thanks
I remember
very
at
much,
school
Jan.
when they used to put them on, like what was it?
Like the sex ed sort of stuff.
Yeah,
on
that used to be.
cucumbers
Yeah,
and
that
stuff. Yeah,
Used to be embarrassing, but like hilarious as well.
it was just an
watching.
hour of essentially giggling, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just for an entire class, just literally taking a piss and then going outside and doing nothing with them afterwards, just blowing them up.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, blowing them up and putting them over the head, wasn't it? Trying to put
Perfect.
them up, yeah.
Or up the nose
Up
in,
the
in
nose,
later
yeah, that's-
years, up the nose and out the mouth.
Oh, yeah. I could never do
I
that.
could do that. It was
Could you?
horrible. Yeah.
Oh.
I remember doing it.
Disgusting.
Jim used to do it with
Absolutely
used ones as well.
brilliant. Used to do it with Dell's ones. Give it out.
Yeah, woo.
On we go.
Just floss the teeth.
Exactly. In the big old
And the
£2
nasal.
gap.
Oh, great for the sinuses.
Really did clear them out. Really did clear them out. So I do recommend it. Let's move on to some weird stuff. Del, intro's yours. It's getting more and more aggressive with each week, and I'm enjoying
Yes.
it.
Right. The first one is a possessed woman caught out by the Black Death.
Oh, well, I mean, no one expects it.
Not really, mate. Well, this
Caught
is
out
it.
by the Black Death.
So caught out by a Black Death. Yeah, not by the Black Death, but a possessed woman caught out by a Black Death. Can you imagine what this might be?
I'm not going to even guess.
I haven't got a clue.
So basically,
Yes.
there's this woman trying to be basically possessed by a ghost sort of thing. She was caught out by a man who went up behind her and popped in an extremely sour sweet in her mouth. And basically she just managed to snap the fuck out of being possessed, and she was totally fine. She was just bullshitting. So
Right. It's a way of sort of unveiling the hopes.
yeah,
up.
it's just
So the whole Exorcist film, all it needed was a good old sour gum.
One jawbreaker.
yeah. Fuck calling the Exorcist. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that'd be a shit film, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 2 minutes in. Have you tried one of these? Pop.
Dry Black Death.
Oh, it's disgusting.
God, I just think it's pretty random that a guy just comes out.
One, he's carrying it
They
around.
were filming it at the time, so it was
okay.
it's like a YouTuber, and I don't know why he had it's sours. It
One of
makes
those
sense,
sours,
but she wasn't possessed. This one is a bit bizarre, and I want your theories on this. So
Okay.
you might
We'll try our
have
best.
It. Right, scientists claim that it is impossible to dream about phones.
About phones, as in telephones.
Telephones, yeah.
In what way?
Well, an Indian scientist believes that it is physically impossible to dream about phones, and has asked anyone who has come up with a dream about phones to come forward. So,
So he doesn't
So
suggest
this-
why it's impossible.
he does it, but basically his theory.
That's his
obviously,
hypothesis.
yeah, he was ridiculed, and he spent $30,000 dollars or whatever. What is it in rupees?
Rupees.
Ruples or whatever they.
30,000 Rupees drag races.
on research, and that's all it was. It's just straight, but he claims
That you can't.
you
and it's down to
physically
someone else
cannot
to
have a
prove it.
dream about a phone.
Of course you can.
You must do.
It's in your memory. It's in your...
Isn't there one where
Exactly.
a phone is replaced with your knob, essentially, isn't it? It sounds weird, right? There's these
That's it.
replacement dreams where it's
Right.
it's always most of it's about your penis when you're a bloke. Anyway,
Okay, all right.
I mean that's what I love.
Are you
being
getting
told.
research for this?
So this is my theory.
Right, okay, go on.
Every single dream you have is in some way linked back to your knob.
No, okay, fine.
And so you'd be on the phone, but really it's not a phone, it's your knob. Are you brushing it? It's not really a phone, it's your knob. That's my theory. Phone me if it's not correct. If you've had a dream that wasn't involved in
got
penis,
loads
let
of-
me know.
I had
just
a
got an
dream
image of
last
loads-
night I was sucking on a really nice lolly.
Okay.
It was a sour sweet.
was a
It
sour-
wasn't. It was a knob.
I just got an image in your house, Jim, of loads of dick phones around the place. Just
Yep.
like,
A dictaphone.
Dictaphone.
Do you use a dictaphone? No, I use my finger like everyone else.
so, but yeah, that was that. It was just a bit
Interesting
bizarre, but yeah,
hypothesis.
listeners, if anyone can come forward,
Ah,
if
it's
they've had-
bollocks.
Yeah,
No,
well,
I
this
believe it wasn't bollocks. It was
It's your dick.
It was your dick.
is the dick. Okay, next one. 3. This is quite a nice story actually. I like this, but
lovely.
again, strange, out
Strange
of the
but
ordinary.
nice. Okay.
3 crocodiles save a dog from drowning.
Oh, I saw this one. Yeah. Dog fell into the river, and they sort of, rather than snap it up, they guided it back
Yeah,
to the.
yeah, they're basically,
the
yeah, that's
shore.
it.
It's lovely.
And it was being chased by some feral dogs.
Yes.
And for some reason,
Clearly, they just eaten something else because they weren't
I've got
hungry.
3 of
Because
them,
otherwise,
yeah.
they were like, you know what, we'll have
yeah,
that.
and they tried to make it out that it was something to do. The crocodiles had empathy towards the dog. But
Yeah, I'm fairly sure animals eat if they're hungry, right?
Yeah,
and if they don't need to because it's wasted energy.
yeah, it's just bizarre. But whatever it is, it's just an absolutely.
It was lovely. Yeah, I saw that
beautiful-
one. That was nice.
Beautiful story.
Beautiful.
Beautiful story. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, don't. Yeah.
It was nice.
Crocodiles.
There's hope in the world.
Crocodiles
after all.
got a bad name.
They do get a bad
sort of-
rep, but this is trying to. Maybe it's like some PR crocodiles.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
like the press and PR arm of the crocodile world, and they're just
Yeah.
doing all the good stuff. Meanwhile, down the river, there's thousands of them tearing things apart.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we've got the PR
Down
guys
the
up the
Amazon.
river.
Maybe Paul Hogan's got to think about his next script for his
Exactly.
film. Yeah.
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 Crocodile Dundee 3.
Yeah. Oh, mate, yeah.
This
I think
time
there
we're
is- I
saving
think- You know
dogs.
what? I think there is a crocodile.
I bet there is
Dundee
as well.
film. I
But
think
they
there is.
really piggybacks off
I
that.
think it's called something else. It looks horrendous, and he's like about sort of 95.
Oh, he's actually in it as well. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Got to try and dig that
So
out.
it's kind of not the best. But last one.
Okay.
A man on a carnivore diet has a very strange choice of breakfast. Can you guys imagine what it could potentially be? So carnivore diet.
So
Think
it's
carnivore
just
diet and
meat
breakfast.
eating.
So think what it potentially could be.
That's going to be a weird. I mean, I'm going to go for a dick again.
And the other thing is, once you guessed in that, I'll tell you what this guy actually thinks it tastes like. So
Okay, so it's obviously a type of meat, right?
and he's Cam. His name's Cam, the Carnivore King, or some crap like that. But in case you've come across him before,
It's going to be something really. It's going to be like intestines or something ghastly, isn't it? Like internal body.
it's
parts
not. It's not as extreme as that.
Okay.
Like, it's
But for breakfast,
it's rank.
fairly
it's,
grim.
Yeah.
So it's going to
Corned
be a lot of raw stuff, a lot of raw liver or something.
Corned beef. You going with corned beef?
Spam.
all the tinned meats. I want all the pink spotty tinned meats, please.
Yeah.
And some cornflakes.
Salami.
Raw liver or something, but from a really weird animal.
Well, they're pretty good guesses actually, but it's not. It's actually he has pork crackling
Oh, nice.
with milk in a bowl. So he uses the pork crackling as cereal.
Not like as in just like a bag of pork scratchings
just
and just.
So
rather
crackling,
than-
just
rather than
not even
snap-
scratching.
So not snap, crackle and pop. He just does.
Well, that's the thing.
Crackling.
This is what he thinks it tastes. Apparently, he swears by it, and he's
bet
got
he
obviously
does.
loads of abuse that it tastes exactly like Rice Krispies.
I mean,
I
bullshit.
bet that does his teeth the world of good.
I'll tell you what it tastes like.
So-
Pork, mate. It tastes like pork fat is what it tastes like.
I could eat pork scratches, not with
Oh,
milk.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Cam.
Maybe
the
not
coach-
first thing in the morning.
No,
Cam the
could build up to
carnivore
that,
coach
didn't you?
is called. Sorry.
Well, Cam, you're an absolute bloody maniac.
The NHS has got in touch and said like they pretty much do not
don't
recommend
it.
this diet.
Don't have fat every morning for breakfast,
which isn't very good.
which is fair enough. Lots of good advice from us so far.
It is very much, and
Like
that
agony
leads.
aunts. We can move into the agony aunt business.
Oh yeah, massively. Yeah.
Agony uncles.
What would be the worst like breakfast though you could have on a carnivore thing? Like out of
Brain.
all the brains.
Brains, something, eyeballs.
A brain is like the egg.
Yeah, it'd be
and
like
then
anything else for like I'm a
brain-
celebrity
and
thing, really, wouldn't it?
hooves as like soldiers.
I'm having a lovely dippy hoof
Yeah,
for
go-
breakfast.
dippy hoof.
Nom, 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 nom.
hoof or hoof.
Our 1987 episode brought to you by veganism.
Oh,
I'll have a lovely hoof dipped in brain, please.
Pig's ear chocolat.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Right, so that's the
So
end
that's
of
weird
our
stuff.
weird news.
Del, is there a possibility that we could do some Jim versus Phil versus Del?
Jim versus Phil versus Del, which sounds exactly like weird news. Yes, so here we go, boys. You ready?
I like it.
Jim
Same-
versus Phil versus Del.
Same format, 4 answers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 4
Lovely.
answers.
ABC 4.
ABC 4, exactly. Yeah.
1, B, 3.
All right.
4.
So some of these you might actually know. So
Okay.
but I'm going to do my best. I think they might.
So
be
you're
good
still
enough.
trying to flummox us.
Flummox it, yes.
Lovely. Okay.
So number one,
Best
you
of
ready
luck,
for it?
gentlemen. Yes.
Yeah.
Number one, Katy Perry's cat is named what? Is it A, Russell Hands? Is it
Oh, keeping it on brand.
is it B?
Literally.
Is it B, Firework? Is it C, Kitty Purry? Or is it D, Raw?
Oh, interesting. Mr. Reynolds, do you want to go first?
I'm going to have a guess at Kitty Purry.
It does sound. It sounds the most logical, doesn't it? So Russell Hands.
I hate that one.
I mean, I want it to be that, but I don't think it is. Raw,
It'd be Russell
Katy
Paws,
Perry, or what was the second one?
Firework.
Firework.
Firework. Oh,
I mean, it could be that.
just for interest, I'm going to say Firework.
Yeah, it could be that one.
So Firework and
Kitty
Perry.
1-0 to Phil.
Ah, god damn it! 1-0 Reynolds. Well played. It sounded the most obvious, didn't it?
Yeah,
But-
I've actually heard of that one before. Actually, that's why I thought.
Yeah.
So 1 point to Phil. 1 point to Phil. Right.
Don't worry. Our third broadcaster has just gone off.
He's left the building.
He's left the building for a.
But
for
he's
a
back.
punt.
He's back.
He's
I'm
back.
back.
for
Right.
questions.
So you ready? Do you want to open the can first, Phil? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They all
good,
do.
nah.
They love it.
They love it. Great sound effects, and it's more.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Keeps it professional.
Just like Paul Hogan Foster's ad.
Another tinny, please, mate. Go on, here's question 2.
Right, question 2. What is Rihanna's first name?
Oh,
Is it A, Cheese? Is it B, Keisha? Is it C,
I just went to why I said cheese to the first one because Keisha sounds like quiche. Fucking hell, brilliant, right?
Is it A, cheese? Is it B, Keisha? Is it C, Robin? Is it D, Lauren?
Okay, so A and B literally go hand in hand, so it can't be them. Lauren or Robin? I think it's Robin.
I think I've heard it before. I think it's Robin. I was going to say Robin because I think I've heard
Because if you're
that.
going to shorten it, you go Riri,
Yeah.
and then it comes into. I don't
Staying
know.
with those answers, guys?
I'm confident on.
Yeah,
Rob.
I
it's a
was
guess,
going to
but
say
it's-
Robin before because I just
It's
thought
a logical
just,
guess.
You
Yeah.
did well to stick with that. Yes. Quite good answers. Right.
So 2-1-0.
2-1-0.
Okay.
Damn, I've got to step up a bit. Huh? Right.
Fortunately, he's got some really obscure answers in questions
Cheese.
3 to 5.
No,
Russell
yeah,
Ham. Well, I mean, you
Right.
really
Okay, all right, okay.
tricked us here.
This
I
one
think
will be
what you've done, you've wound him up now. He's going to bring out the harder answers.
Right. As a child, Jim Carrey wore what to bed?
Okay.
Is it A, flippers? Is it B, tap shoes? Is it C, trainers? Or is it D, roller skates?
Oh, see, this is tough now.
Ha ha ha!
All of those are,
You
all of
Generally-
those are possible.
you
aren't they?
want-
Generally, when you wear things to bed like that, it's people wanting to be something when they're older. Like kids go to
Yeah,
football
yeah.
boots, and
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he might have wanted still the entertaining thing. I reckon tap dancing.
Dancer,
So I'm
yeah.
going for tap shoes.
Oh, see, I would have gone for tap shoes, but I want to make it interesting now.
You still can.
So there's trainers.
Trainers,
Flippers.
sorry, roller skates, trainers,
Roller
tap
skates.
shoes, and flippers.
Oh, see, I don't think it's flippers. Roller skates is interesting just because it's weird. And trainers is just, why would you wear trainers? That's the most boring out of the three, which then makes you think, is he leading you away from it? Oh, sorry, I'm going to go roller skates.
You going roller skates?
Roller skates,
You
tap
sticking with
shoes.
tap
Tap
shoes, yeah.
shoes. God, Phil's on it tonight. Wow, Jimmy, you should
Three.
start. Damn, I thought
But then there's no jeopardy. If we
I
both go for the
liked your
same
thinking there,
answers.
Phil. That was well thought
You
out.
generally just it's like you hear people go, "I wanted to be a footballer. I used to
So I
sleep
just-
in
I
my football
immersed
boots
myself
or
in it, sort of
goalkeeper
thing.
gloves or
Yeah,
something like that."
exactly.
Don't it?
Okay, yeah, so I like that. Good thinking, mate. Question 4. Which famous actor auditioned for the Backstreet Boys?
Okay.
Was it A, Ryan Gosling? Was it B, Mark Wahlberg? Was it C, Ben Affleck? Or was it D,
Not D.
Pesky Pete Pesky?
All right, so Mark Wahlberg,
Ben Affleck or
Ryan Gosling or Ben
I mean,
Affleck.
they're all pretty around that same age.
But Gosling was part of the
Disney
Club,
Club,
wasn't he?
wasn't he?
So it makes you think he was trying to get into something. But it'd be
Yeah.
weird if one of the new kids tried to get into
And wasn't Mark
NSYNC,
Wahlberg part of Marky Mark and
the
the
Funky Bunch.
Funky Bunch?
Yeah, but it says audition.
Yeah. So I mean, so if he failed
So he was
that,
already
and then
in-
has he gone?
He was
on
already
to do
trying
that?
to get into music somewhere.
Ben Affleck. I can't see Ben
I
Affleck.
can't
He
see
was.
it. But
Well,
that's,
he was trying to get into all sorts, wasn't he? Because he was like,
he's trying to get into
he
Matt Damon for a while.
for the well, the script for like Goodwill and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So he's trying to
96,
get. I don't know
yeah.
what you're
So
thinking.
he,
I reckon
I
that's
just think
too
that's too. Like,
I'm going to go.
what is it? Backstreet Boys. So that's this what 93, 94.
Yeah,
I think-
I
I
reckon
think-
it's Gosling.
Goodwill Hunting was 96. The script for that must have been written years before
2,
that.
3.
So I think he was writing that. He's got. I'm going to go Mark Wahlberg.
I've gone Gosling. You've gone Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Jimmy, nice.
Oh,
Gosling, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Gosling.
Gozzers.
Oh, it makes it interesting.
3-2.
3-2, 0. Right.
Oh,
This is so the final question.
final one.
So Jim can.
I can bring it back to a draw. Or do we put 2 points on it?
I've got
So there's an
one.
outright.
I've got one spare in my head.
In your head?
Yeah, I've got one, so I'll wing it. I'll literally wing it. So if Jim,
And please just let me get this one right, just to see how badly this goes. All right, final question. Just 1 point
question
on it.
5. Uncle Phil from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was the voice of which TV bad guy? Was it A, Claw from Inspector Gadget? Was it B, Evil Lynn from He-Man? Was it C, Shredder from the Turtles? Or was it none of the above?
I think I know this.
See, before you said the answers, I thought of Inspector Gadget.
Right, okay.
Just before you'd even said it, that was what I thought.
I don't think it's that.
No?
So you're going for
I'm
Gadget?
gonna go, yeah, because even before you said the answers, that was my initial thought.
I'm going Shredder.
The outcome that I didn't want to happen has happened.
Was it Shredder then?
Well done, mate.
Gets the draw. I don't know what. I think I know who the voice of the claw is, but I don't.
Oh,
Yeah, before we'd said it,
done,
that
Jimmy.
was in my
Great
head.
comeback.
Because it's that
I'll get you next time, gadgets.
kind of thing.
Oh,
But
it was, it's a bit. Yeah, it's very, very good impression. Right, okay. So let me.
So this is the one where Del
Give me
makes it up on the spot.
Right.
He said, "I've got one in my head," and we've called his bluff.
So, Bob Dylan.
Yes. True.
What did Bob Dylan decide to? Who did Bob Dylan decide to name his name after?
So Bob Dylan's not his real name. That's his stage name.
No.
So he's chosen it from something.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. We've got options.
So, was it A, Bob Marley?
So is his real name Dylan? Surname? He's chosen the first name to go with it, sort of thing. Right.
That's what you got to work out.
Okay. So Bob
So
Marley.
A, Bob Marley.
All right.
B, Bob Backlund. C, Dylan Thomas.
Okay.
Or D, Dylan Moran.
He's just pulled a Dylan out of his arse.
I think only one of them was before Bob Dylan. Bob Marley was after Bob Dylan.
No, Marley was around in the late.
Dylan was like in the 50s, isn't he?
But
He
was he
started.
called Bob Dylan then? It makes
No,
sense
Marley
to
was
be Dylan.
Definitely,
It's around the-
definitely
it's around-
60s.
So what's going to happen is
Marley-
we're both going to go for
I
Dylan
can-
Thomas.
well,
Yeah.
And we'll end up with
I
a
can
draw.
base.
It's what's going to happen.
I was going to say one of them, they will come after him.
Yeah.
Apart from Dylan Thomas.
So
It's got to be Dylan
we'll say it on three, yeah? 1, 2, 3. Dylan Thomas.
Dylan Thomas. It's a draw.
We'll call it a draw.
After all that.
After all that, no. None of the above. None of the above. Oh, well done. That was good, that.
Well done, boys. Oh.
I think we're starting to get a little bit more into his head, haven't we?
Yeah,
We've worked out the
we
weird
did there.
ones.
The funny
was-
thing is, you can tell he's really trying now. As well.
Not to like laugh when he says it as well. It's in the
Next
delivery
one, he's going to be like, I
sometimes.
didn't get any points, I'm going to go real.
Yeah, I'm going to get really
Damn
obscure on these
pesky
bastards.
Pete Pesci. Or,
Lovely. All right, so news, current affairs, weird news, weird records, all put to bed.
Oh,
We
yeah.
happy?
all there.
Yeah.
Lovely
All done.
stuff. Should we move on to televisual programming of
let's.
1987? Because again, another bloody good year, gentlemen.
was.
Another good year. A lot of kids' stuff in there again. So 9-year-old us had a smorgasbord of stuff to watch after school. Shall I start you off with?
Yeah.
I want to rattle a list off, but then I feel like we're going to miss some of them. So I'm just going to take it slow and steady because, that wins the race. Mm-hmm. First up, Thundercats. Bang.
Oh,
Have
mate.
that. Straight off the bat.
Thundercats.
One of the greatest.
Yeah.
It was great,
It's
yeah.
I don't think you can argue that, can you? It's
Yeah.
one of the big uns.
Who's your favourite?
I used to really like Lion-O.
Yeah.
And then I thought, no, it's too obvious. So I went with, is it Pantero or Panthero?
Yeah.
However you pronounce it. I went with him like the also ran.
He is a bit more alpha, wasn't he?
Yeah. A bit more butch and buffy.
So, yeah, it's like Lion-O was. Yeah.
So
Why-
who's the
Wily
main one with the red hair?
It was
So that was
Lion-O.
Lion-O.
Was that Lion-O?
He was the
I
leader
wasn't a
with the
big
sword
Thundercats
thing.
fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Whereas Wily Kit and Wily Cat got on my tits.
Yeah, they were-
The two little scrappy ones.
Snarf.
He was.
I used to watch
It was
it.
basically He-Man, wasn't it? So you got
Yeah, a
like
little bit,
Orko was Snarf and
Yeah,
that kind of
that's right. Yeah.
way of working it. But
Then in Mama I was Skeletor. And, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
But then
Two stupid kind of cronies that used
Yeah,
to.
see, I was
always
more
get
He-Man.
beaten.
I had all the
Is it-
figures and everything. I think I felt like I was betraying He-Man if I went to Thundercats.
Oh, really?
Whereas,
Yeah, okay.
were you ever mildly attracted to?
Yeah, I was going to
Tara?
say that Shitara. Yeah, is it weird to have a
Fit.
crush on
I
her?
wouldn't. I can't remember.
You don't remember? Tall, skinny, blonde,
Sounds right
fast
up my
runner.
street.
Well, exactly.
Basically, a leopard in a leotard.
Leopard in a leotard. Hot.
A leopard lady.
And-
A leopard lady in a leotard.
Do you
Do you
remember the
reckon-
weapon she had? She had a whip.
Now I've got a fear.
she
was
You
an
could grab my weapon.
She was
And I've got a
she was
fear.
an aggressive
I've got a
dominatrix.
theory now as well.
Oh, yeah.
Something you need to ask your friends when you see her tomorrow. Was that man wanking in the street holding a figure of?
Doing a Thundercats.
Was he holding a figure of this person? Wank-
wanking over a
it sounds
cheetah.
like it makes sense.
Sounds like it could have been.
So are you cheating if you wank over a cheetah?
I believe that is technically
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
Cheating,
okay.
yeah.
Cheating. Is that where it was created?
Yeah.
Cheating.
Yeah, yeah.
Wanking over a cheetah.
I say that their name came about. Yeah.
And that's why you're not allowed to go to Chessington World of Adventures anymore, is it?
Pretty much. He's there again.
He's there again. He's only in the bloody lion enclosure. Get him out of there. All right. Oh, God, I feel like I'm going to step into really bad form here if I mention the raccoons then.
I love
Oh, yes, Raccoons was amazing.
Cyril,
Sydney?
did you always go with
No,
like
Cyril.
the raccoons
Sydney.
or Cyril Sneer? I used to root for Cyril Sneer.
Yeah,
Cyril
'cause
Sneer and Cedric was the
Because it was a
son
weird
of
one, wasn't it?
Cyril, yeah.
Son of Cyril, yeah.
'Cause it was weird because he was bad, but he had you could understand his reasoning for a lot of it.
Yeah, the kind of...
It was a strange
lovable
one,
idiot.
and like you say, with the son,
Yeah.
he was the one who kind of
Yeah.
he used to switch from because he was with the good ones, wasn't he? And then, but he was obviously with the bad,
Well, he
the
just
son of
wanted
the
to cut
bad
down
one.
the forest, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a tap
Didn't he
for
have
a
like a
nose.
cigar? Didn't he have like a cigar?
And he had a tap for a nose.
Tap for a nose.
Yeah.
It's like they ran out of ideas and just went, what am I looking at? The tap for a
Tap for
nose.
a nose.
Done.
It used to be on Going Live, didn't it? Saturday mornings. Didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, mate, do you know what? I still love it to this day. Have you ever seen a film called Hobo with a Shotgun?
Yeah, yeah.
Already sounds amazing.
At the very end of it, I won't tell you if you want. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert coming.
I won't tell you. But at the very end, the theme tune from the Raccoons, the end one, "Run With Us," they play that. I love that. It's banging. I love "Run With Us." It's a great song.
As with all of these things, they all had really good theme tunes
yeah.
as well. It's like
It's the bass as well
good.
at Kingdom.
it's funky. It's a funky ass tune, isn't
Mate,
it?
it is great.
Not so funky.
Yes.
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
Still quite sing-alongy, but they were just annoying little.
When did Alvin get a fucking ego that he was just? They weren't the
He was
Chipmunks
just a
anymore.
kid,
It was just
yeah.
like, oh fuck it.
I'm breaking out on my own. Yeah. Screw these two losers. They're all
Going
back.
solo.
Yeah,
Going George Michael on these bastards.
Exactly what happened, didn't they? He got all too big for his boots.
yeah, he was, wasn't he? Yeah,
Unbelievable.
So,
They're a proper band, and then he went, no, it's me
He did.
and you two dickheads.
Yeah.
yeah, that was like,
Started to not root for him, but very much for Simon and Theodore.
So he was like, he was like the love probably interest, wasn't he?
Very much so. And then poor old, what was the guy that looks after him? Simon.
Oh, Richard Gere.
No, Simon Theodore, Alvin, Simon,
John?
Theodore.
Oh,
That was Garfield.
Dave.
It was Dave. It was
yeah.
basic generic name, wasn't it? It was like Dave.
Dave, and then
He used to let him get away with murder.
Dave.
He came down a bit harder on him.
Yeah, exactly. He's always been a walkover, Dave.
He has been, hasn't he? Exactly. He's like John from Garfield.
It's a
Always a bloody walkover.
Yeah,
Give me another
Arbuckle, isn't it?
lasagna.
Yeah, why? Yeah, why is
Constantly
his
feeding
eyes
the
so
cat
big?
lasagna. Fuck's sake.
I used to call Ryan Wills John. From
Did you?
John Arbuckle.
John Arbuckle.
he used to have like big eyes. Didn't he?
There you go.
Can you imagine if they were both on the same thing? Oh, there we go.
I think he fed his cat lasagna.
Where else? You mentioned it literally a second ago with the raccoons. Going Live started this year.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Introduced
Going Live was
the
great.
world to what can only be described as the greatest double acts of all time.
Oh, with Trevor and Simon.
Pip Schofield and Sarah Green.
Sarah
my
Green
God,
was,
yeah.
Oh, she was stunning, Sarah Green.
Love
Oh, well, she was a Saturday morning crush, wasn't she?
Very much so.
Yeah. Was
You
it
used to pretend you used to tune in for like the madness and the cartoons, but
Sarah
really
Green.
it's Sarah Green.
Speaking of going live, do you remember the episode that happened while they was doing the live phone-ins?
Oh, yeah, they
with
swore or
5
something.
star.
With 5
Yeah.
star. I just like to ask 5 star why they're so fucking shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we're ever so sorry, but there seems to be someone who
do you
thinks
remember what
it's big
Sarah
and
Green
clever.
said afterwards? She totally diffused the situation like a proper, like hot school teacher would. She go, "Does anyone else have a sensible question?"
And that is why she's a wonderful human
That's it. And
being.
it's just like, again, just killed
Done.
it. Diffused
Just
the
move
situation.
on and done.
5 star are fuming. They were like, fucking
Professional.
want blood.
Professional Sarah Green. Professional
Systematic on
Yeah,
her ass.
she was lovely, Sarah Green.
Oh, just a quiet moment for Sarah Green.
I also used to like.
All right, not that long. Okay.
It was the one after that. Was it Emma?
Oh, that was Mike Reed.
Forbes.
Emma Ford. Yeah, she was nice.
She was the
as well.
daughter of Nanette Newman, wasn't she?
She used to have really
Newman.
short hair, didn't
That's
she?
That's quite.
Yes.
Like short hair. She was nice as well.
Yeah.
Was she Nanette's?
She was
Oh, okay.
Nanette Newman's daughter.
Nanette Newman.
Nanette Newman.
Nanette
Yeah,
Newman.
Nanette-
She was nice, but no Sarah Green.
She was no Sarah Green. Okay, we've spent too much time on Sarah Green. But
I'm going
some
for
say not
Sarah
enough.
Green, Weir of the Year 1988.
Perfect.
Ooh,
We're in.
nice.
We'll jot that one down and see if it comes true. What else have you gentlemen got? There's loads of them, but let's go through
Got
them.
Blackadder the Third.
Yes, you
We
have.
discussed this last one. This
2
one
and
wasn't
4
as
brilliant.
good.
1 and 3 a bit less
Yeah.
so, but yeah.
Chuckle Vision.
Yes.
Chuckle Vision. A Chuckle Vision.
Did they? Also, the other thing that used to confuse me about the Chuckle Brothers, well, A, they never seem to age, and B, I think
still haven't,
I think
have
they played up front for Liverpool as well at some stage.
Aldridge and Rush. They definitely were, weren't they? They looked absolutely like Scousers.
Well, the proper, like,
Every
that-
atypical, yeah.
That proper,
So
yeah,
true.
that look.
Yeah,
There was a look, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They don't seem to have aged still.
Well, there was only one of them, isn't there? One of them dead.
Don't
You
say that.
sure? I'm sure one of them's dead.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I hope not. But
No, they are. One of them's
I
definitely
hope
dead.
not. Barry and Paul, wasn't it?
Yeah, one of them's dead. I'm sure it's Paul.
Oh,
Silly you.
wasn't it like they taken out by one of the Dick and Dom?
Shot by a sniper rifle from far range.
Oh,
All right. Whilst you're checking that, and you come back to us, we'll carry on. So we've done going live. Do you remember the other going for gold?
Yes, I remember
I used to
that.
bloody love that daytime special with Henry Kelly.
Oh, again.
I've got a good
brilliant.
fact
The
about
thing-
that. Going for gold.
Really?
The most corrupt basic quiz, essentially. You used to get people from around
It was
Europe
like European.
really?
to answer questions in English read by a man with a strong accent, so they couldn't understand
Was
it.
he that strong, was it?
Really strong.
Oh, okay.
Now then, Gloria, you're playing catch up. Will you play or pass? It's like,
I would
what?
get-
And they're all just like standing going, what the fuck did he say?
Yeah, because
No idea.
pass not sound like
Play or
pass.
pass.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, like really strong because he's Northern Ireland.
Yeah, they're always like from Austria and Denmark and things like that.
So they'd all come on waving quite happily at the start of the show, and they'd be like, "My first is in sausages, but not in thingy. It's been on 177 to sausages, but who am I?" And they're all standing going, "What the fuck did he just? I don't understand."
Can I just
Yeah, sorry.
break in here?
Yeah,
with
please
sad news.
Don't break in with sad news.
Barry died in
Barry's
2018.
Oh, Jim.
Shit the bed. Do you know what I think I do remember that because we had them on Channel 5 for a little while. That's not a laughing matter. Some respect for past Channel 5 talent, if you please.
Anyway, back to going gold.
A moment for a Barry chuckle.
Yeah, going to go.
Oh, that's not enough.
What entertainment though what entertainer wise was Henry Kelly?
I don't know, he was like really stiff and...
I always
prim and
used
proper,
to
wasn't
think
he?
he was related to Matthew Kelly. Was that not?
No, he was on Game for a Laugh, so that's why I don't know why he used to turn up. So Matthew Kelly, Sarah Green,
Yeah.
I think, and Henry Kelly were on Game for a Laugh as well. And I always used to wonder what does he bring to
What
the
are you
table?
bringing?
Sort of like, was he a comedian? Was he a singer?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you because he just seemed really... It was like the greyest of grey suits as well. It was like really dour. Just there was no life to him at all. It was really...
It looked like to
prim
be
and
like
proper.
an official at like a bowling green. Or something.
Yeah,
something
or like
that.
checking the votes in a council election
Yeah,
or
that's
something.
it,
It's
yeah.
that kind of
Or like
proper...
an official at like a swimming
nerd.
gala. They're like,
Yeah,
just gun out.
big clipboard action, but nothing else going on. It was a great show, though. You should love it.
I used to come home for lunch. And
It was on
sometimes
After
it'd be on.
Neighbours.
Have a wank.
Was it? and a quick
Pot
one of
noodle and a
those,
wank.
and then a little watch of Going for Gold. What an afternoon it was. Set you up for
I
double
used to
science.
sometimes go home for lunch. It used to be on. I'd just find myself watching it. I'd just be like,
Was it on
Yeah,
before or after Neighbours?
after? I want to say. I want to say
It was
after.
after because
Neighbours?
if you watched a little bit, you could potentially be
Be
late.
late for school.
Yeah.
Yeah, It was a
Yeah,
great
it
show.
was a rush.
Do you know? Do you remember the theme tune? Like going for
for
gold.
The heat is on. The time is right.
Right. Do you wanna-
It's time
do you
for
know who-
for you to play your game?
Like a famous composer who done the music for that.
Amadeus Mozart.
Yeah.
Was it Strauss?
A famous music.
Oh, is it going to be
composer.
like a Stock Aitken and Waterman or something?
No, it's like completely.
Was it George Michael?
It's completely different to what you would
Is
expect.
it Black Lace?
No. It's a film.
just knocked out Agadoo.
It's a film
They did that.
composer. Probably like.
John Williams.
Well, no, probably the next famous one after that. Like really famous. film
James
composer.
Horner. No, I don't know.
No, go on.
Hans Zimmer.
No.
Hey, wasn't he a goalkeeper?
Who's got the keys to my Beamer?
Hans Zimmer did the theme tune for Going for Gold.
Bloody hell.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, was it-
I knew it had some quality about it.
That's like,
It wasn't
that was like really surprising.
Yeah,
I was like, because he's like quite, he does really like all the Christopher Nolan film, like
Yeah,
really like
really,
score.
deep,
Yeah.
like moving films
And
and
then
that.
there was that.
Like,
The heat.
yeah, so it's
All
completely-
bouncy Europop nonsense.
Yeah, Hans Zimmer did the theme
Maybe,
tune.
maybe
They've
him and
all
his
got
mates just got
mortgages.
fucked up that night and go, oh, fuck, what's on the list of jobs to do? Oh, fuck
Go on,
it.
take this one. Let's knock this one out in half hour.
Go on,
We
pass the crack pipe. Go on, it's working.
Get back on with
Let's go.
it. Watching Hobo with a shotgun. All right, so we've rattled through a few BBC specials, but there's so many more.
What you got, Del?
Do you remember Double Dare with Peter Duncan?
Peter Duncan, yeah, absolutely.
Double Dare. So you got first of all you could say dare. And then
Someone could
obviously
double dare you back.
And if
And
not,
then there's a physical challenge. Yeah.
So what I double then you what question?
Yeah, and then you had to
Yeah, I
compete.
can't remember.
for
Like, you had to like shag someone's wife, or you had to like burn an old lady's house down, or something. Like, yeah,
it was
like,
classic after school telly, wasn't it?
yeah.
Can't remember it.
Yeah, I do remember it. It was kind of in the same vein as that everything that Dave Benson Phillips sort of
Yeah,
did,
like
that
Finders,
kind
Keepers.
of, all
and
that kind of stuff.
sort
It was that, appeal to the kids that just
That
scream
sort
and
of-
shout and all the rest of it. What else you got, Richard D?
Simon and the Witch.
Bloody
Yeah,
yes, used to love
Simon
that
the
as
Witch.
well.
Yeah, that was great. I wanted to like watch a little clip of it because I couldn't. I know it's about Simon and the Witch, but
Yeah.
that's all I remember, them just being around. And
Because it feels, I've got that in my head. It's a little bit like the Pink Windmill kind of thing, a bit like
Yeah.
Green Claws. Do you remember Green Claws?
Wasn't she a nice witch, though?
I think she was,
Yeah,
wasn't she?
she
She's like
was
a nice old lady.
No, Mrs. Grotbags she's all right. She was
Heart of gold,
Yeah, I
but
think
she was
so.
she was corrupt, wasn't she?
Yeah,
That
she
bloody
was.
crocodile.
What was the
She
little?
did the
Do you
press
remember,
PR.
do you remember the
Crocky.
one? Was it the little vampire or something like that?
The little vampire.
Yeah.
Used to like, bang on the window outside. Wasn't that right?
No, that's just you drinking too
Dave's
much,
a pervert.
taking too many
Called
drugs.
himself a vampire. He's like, you're just out at night and looking through windows, mate. You're not a vampire.
So wanking outside my house again, mate.
Why have you got that Thundercat in your hand?
Yeah. So wanking over cheaters.
Why have you got a Thundercat in your hand? That's a good name for it, though, isn't it? Why have you got a Thundercat in your hand?
You know why. The wife's
Who
out.
knows?
We've got a little bit of Fry and Laurie.
Yeah, I
knocking
used to really
around.
like that. Yeah, it was just fun.
It was sort of silly English
Yeah, just,
comedy
I
stuff.
don't think I really
Hugh Laurie-
liked that very much.
I liked Hugh. Hugh Laurie. I liked Stephen Fry. I always liked Stephen Fry. It was just enjoyable, and Hugh Laurie was just like ridiculously silly, and then he
Yes.
just went from that to ending up in Hollywood and
Yeah, absolutely.
sort
Yeah,
of like,
Like
yeah,
doing house
House
and stuff.
and that.
yeah.
The best paid actor in Hollywood or something like that.
Yeah, was it?
Madnesses.
It was. Yeah,
There's a lot of that kind of double act thing going on because there was French
Yeah,
and
French
Saunders,
and Saunders, yeah.
this year as well, weren't they?
Spectre Morse.
Spectre Morse.
Molson Lewis, big double act.
Another
Big
good
double
theme
act.
tune, though,
Oh,
Spectre
mate.
Morse, wasn't it? Oh, it was great.
You can sing it.
I can't remember how it went now. And it's like,
Every
it's
time
that
you
Morse
say it's a
code,
good
wasn't it? It's
one.
like,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
can't be something like that.
Something like that.
It was good, though. It
It's
was
pretty
good.
much bang on.
L.A. Law, never really liked it, but
LA Law. All I remember that is just like literally they'd do their bit in the court and then they'd go in the other room and just everyone would fuck.
It was just
I
a
don't
massive
know.
orgy at the
I
end.
just
wasn't
remember it being on, but I never watched it. It used
Yeah.
to bore me.
It was just very good looking people in suits.
Yeah,
essentially, wasn't
basically,
it?
yeah.
And they just went, well, now we've won. What should we do? Let's fuck.
A bit like how this works in the podcast. Isn't it?
Basically, at the end of it,
Once
we
we've
all
done
just,
it.
Wear
as soon
suits
as
and
the
then
old microphones are turned off,
take our suits
it's a
off
free
and-
for all.
that piano gets a drilling after.
It's an absolute free for all.
What, as in we all shake the fucking piano?
Yeah. What else we got, gentlemen? What else we got?
I've got a random one because this one is, you know, when they take something that works and then they take it somewhere else to another country.
Go on.
Wurzel Cummidge Down Under.
Stop it. That was never a thing.
It was.
Is it really?
I do remember
With
it,
the
yeah.
same actors and stuff?
Yeah, John Pertwee, and it's they took it over. Yeah, so it's like Aunt Sally and all that sort of stuff.
So he's
It's
just absolutely sweating in a field in
Did he do an
just like-
accent? Did he do an Aussie accent?
no, but he did really piss off the Aborigines.
I'll have a cup of tea and a flat cake,
Go.
fella. What's this
mate.
fella going on about?
Mick.
Go and get that Dundee fella. There's a bloody talking scarecrow. Talking things, the shoe people.
The shoe people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
there was
shoe
a
people.
Yeah, what's that about?
Were they from the same? Like they were almost the same drawings as Poddington Peas and
Yeah, that
that
sort of
kind
thing.
of
Yeah.
stuff, wasn't it as well?
Yeah, the shoe
Yeah, I
people,
don't really think I like to shoot people.
Didn't last very long. They couldn't
wasn't-
do a lot, could they?
It was a theme tune that stuck in your head, but it wasn't a very good one. Shoo, 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 shoo.
Yeah, whereas the Poddington Peas really
Yeah,
slaps, didn't it?
Down in the bottom of the garden.
Exactly. Other kid stuff. Alf was knocking around
Yeah,
at
he
this
used
sort of
to like
time.
Yeah, I used to like Alf.
I never really got into it.
I did, yeah.
Never got into it.
Again, it wasn't around long, but it
No,
was.
it's
I remember
quite-
liking it.
No, another American thing wasn't it,
Yeah.
that came over and didn't quite last the distance. But what did? Nightmare.
Nightmare. Yeah.
Nightmare. Bloody loved that. That is what I'd do a have a go at.
Well,
Have a
you'd
go
like to
nightmare.
I mean, I used to
Nightmare.
love it, but I was thinking back to it now. It's
I wrote
fucking
down
toilet, isn't it?
so cool yet so lame.
It is. so,
Because you
it's,
basically
it's
want to go
crap.
on it, but basically you were in essentially a studio with a hat
Yeah,
on,
it was,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then there's nothing because
And
it's
you've got
still on
two
green
people
screen.
telling you, walk right, left.
Your little nerdy mates getting annoyed because you don't know your left and right. Walk left. Find the table. There's no fucking table. I'm standing in an empty room, man. Go to the table. Pick up the bread. Why the bread?
I know. I used to love it, but no, thinking back now,
And
it was
just
awful.
There's some little random old
there's
guy
some-
going,
yeah,
watch
some-
out for the
Some
goblins. They're
bloke just
coming.
going, oh,
really
it's
shit
like a
up.
Jeremy Beadle lookalike. What oh, just
It
be
was,
careful.
Traeger. Traeger, the
That's
dungeon
right.
And then you have like a little assistant or so.
Yeah.
Come in now and again.
I think that's like a famous actor who was just breaking into telly or something.
Oh,
I'll have
really?
to look into that. But I'm
Ryan
fairly sure
Gosling.
it was Could have been.
Oh, well,
he didn't get the NSYNC gig, so
what's
yeah.
he called? Oh, fuck. Like Jeremy Irons or something.
Could well have been, but it's like I'm fairly sure it was just Helen.
No, because Jeremy Irons,
quickly.
he started on like, do you remember? I was
Jeremy
Play
Irons is
School.
about 80.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
Play Away. I
Yeah,
remember.
you're right.
But I remember him on
They all
Play
made
Away
their
just,
sort of
just
break
having
into
getting the
telling,
guitar
yeah.
out. It's like, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
Talking about
absolutely.
Jemima and Big Ted.
That's right. Speaking of Ted's, Teddy Ruxpin.
Teddy Fuckwit.
Teddy Fuckwit. Teddy Fuckspin.
I remember this was a bit. I remember it being like I used to go, oh fucking Teddy. I just used to be a bit like babyish. I don't, whatever.
Yeah, it was a bit.
Yeah, I don't think I used to watch it.
Did you not?
Yeah.
I used to watch
remember-
anything that was on. That was
And
the
out of
problem.
all the Teddys, like Super Ted was the one for me. So
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite so. Quite so. Any more for any more?
DuckTales.
DuckTales. Ooh. Yeah, I used to love
That
that.
really reverberated
DuckTales.
around the studio. That's
Didn't
nice. Yeah, it's quite pleasant. But yeah, it was a good old show. Was that with the three nephews?
Yeah,
or was that
Huey,
before
Dewey and
that?
Dewey.
Scrooge McDuck.
When he went swimming in money.
Yes.
He did, yeah.
I used to have the Game Boy game of that as well. DuckTales.
Was it good?
No, shit.
I thought so.
But then all Game Boy games were shit ultimately, weren't they?
Oh no, Terminator was good,
I'll take you
Oh, was
for
it?
and Tetris, of course.
Oh, okay.
Oh, classic. There's only point in owning for that, wasn't it?
Fireman Sam?
Now, I used to really like
I didn't really like Fireman Sam either.
What?
No.
Come on.
Wasn't
I mean, the
into
guy
it.
was a literal hero. He's like,
Yeah, just
he'd
never
stick
got
out
into it.
fires,
The song
then
was
just sort of
great
have
as
a
well.
general, now listen, kids, you shouldn't be fucking around, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That
Yeah,
whole
he was
thing is
proper,
like, he used to come down, but like a cool uncle.
And like, really,
Never judgmental.
how many fires can really be happening in the valleys in Wales?
Before you start to like look at it as being, there's a spate of fucking arson going on.
They've
in
got
this
a full-blown
village.
firing station
tiny
with all
village.
the fucking fire shit
with 6 people
in
in
a
the
tiny
village.
little village.
There's 2 shops. It's like if
In
it's
the
not fucking
valleys.
Norman
It is,
Price
yeah, Norman
setting
Price,
everything on
He's
fire.
a massive pyromaniac, isn't he?
Wasn't it?
He's a proper-
Oh, man. Norman Price! Have you done it again, you little twats?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Mum, I'm sorry.
Was it him every week saying it?
Literally, just
Yeah,
by
exactly.
accident. He'd either like have a magnifying glass out because he was examining ants, and it would then
Yeah, exactly.
the sun would burn through that, and it would set light to a field or something. stupid,
Always
wouldn't it?
getting petrol delivered to like his house and
He
stuff.
was trying to make some form of bomb. He had a load of nitrogen, a load of weed killer delivered, didn't he? And then Sam would come and go, now listen here, Norman, you shouldn't be making bombs at all, right?
Norman Bin Laden.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Oh, that's lovely. Norman Bin Laden.
And also, when did Elvis come into it? Was he like the other fireman?
So they had so many fires at one point.
Yeah,
it was
they-
like, we're going to have to get a second guy in because
No.
Norman's going hell for leather every
Well, it's
weekend.
that's how bad the recruitment was. They had to get like a stupid Elvis impersonator, train
They
him
got,
up for
they got a trained idiot into fires. Ponty Pandy was not safe, was
Poncy
it?
Pandy.
You wouldn't go and live there, would you?
man,
Dear
that's
Lord. But a great show. Used to love that. I've got a couple more actually. Now look at my,
Yeah,
my
I've got a
list.
few more as
I've
well.
got chain letters.
Chain letters.
Do
Yeah,
you
with
remember
Beadle.
chain letters?
No, what was that?
Yeah,
It was a daytime quiz on ITV. Chain letters. You basically just had
Yes.
to make words into another
Again.
word kind of thing.
basically all you needed to watch was the theme tune, and then it was
then you could turn
Remember
off.
it?
awful. Yeah.
Probably
good.
did come across it. I can't remember
Then
it.
Beadle stopped doing it, and some guy.
Paul Coyer.
Was it
used
Paul
to
Coyer?
take
After-
over, like a tall thing Scottish guy.
Yeah, and they had another guy, Andrew O'Connor, and
That's
people
right.
like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that started sort of like he'd turn up on shows that no one wanted. It was like the go-to guy.
He
to-
was like the Stephen
Andrew, we're gonna have a
Mulhern
shit
of the current
It was, wasn't it?
of the 80s, wasn't he? He's like, have you got a really shit show that might not last past the pilot?
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the
He
really
was-
big
he was the
stars
guy.
moved on now, but
Yeah, absolutely. The third series. Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And then ran it into the ground.
even like I think Mulhern turned up in the A team eventually in like
He's doing,
six
he's doing
series.
the new Deal or No Deal, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a
Yeah,
bad gig.
take a thing, make it worse.
Yeah,
Put Mulhern
I
on
can't see him doing
You know
that.
what I've got here? If you must remember this, it was at Sporting Triangles. It was a shit version of Question of Sport
That's
on ITV.
right. That's
Rings a
right,
bell, yeah.
They had like I think Barry McGuigan was a captain.
Yeah.
It rings a bell,
Who
actually.
else was? But they tried to make it too much like because at the time like Question of Sport was like
it's trouncing everything,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
that was
It's huge.
that was
And
Emlyn
they
Hughes and Bill Beaumont at the
Beaumont,
peak
yeah.
of their powers. Then
I
then
think
both
Nick,
of them kicking
Nick
in, yeah.
Owen presented it.
That's right.
I think so. Yeah, it was.
He was classic ITV though, wasn't
Yeah,
he? Because he was the
well,
one on GMTV.
He was on the
Breakfast
sofa.
Morning
Yes,
stuff, wasn't
he was the one that used to sort of. Like,
who was?
Nick Owen.
Nick Owen with
Nick
Anne
Owen.
Diamond.
Anne Diamond, yeah.
He's like the Luton chairman now, isn't he?
He was.
Yeah, sadly passed, I think, isn't he?
No, he's still alive.
Is he?
Yeah,
I think he still is.
quite ill,
stepped
isn't he?
down, yeah.
Oh, is he not? It's quite recently, though, he still was.
Yeah, he
wasn't
passed it on to Anne Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Took him into the Premier League and then stepped down wisely. Any more for any more?
Watching. Do you remember Watching?
Was that like a comedy, sitcom-y type thing?
Yeah, and he was like, they were bird watchers. It was like set in a
I mean,
house.
that sounds
Yeah, it was
dodgy,
shit,
doesn't
wasn't
He was set in a house. He was on a motorbike. He had like a leather jacket.
Oh, that's right.
And the girlfriend was like short,
Did you
dark
used to,
hair.
like be really lively? And he was,
Yeah,
like, drip?
yeah. He was like a bit of a dripping.
Yeah.
She was like really lively, and he was
That's
trying to.
right.
Yeah, I just remember it being watching it. It was a bit like Men Behaving Badly, but a really lame version of it.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah. Well,
Bit like that.
Pre-runner sort of
Yeah, that was all right. And The New Statesman.
thing. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love
mean,
that
that was just a
episode.
vehicle.
Bastard. Alan Bastard.
Yeah, just for.
yeah, I used to
now,
love
wasn't
that,
it?
even though I
that
didn't
was great.
care for.
I didn't like it when
politics,
it.
right?
Well, I didn't know it at the time. I got into it like in the 90s. They used to do reruns.
He was a
and I
great
got
character.
into it later on in the 90s.
Just so
and
he could be an absolute lunatic.
Alan
wasn't
Bastard,
he?
it was
Alan
good.
Bastard,
It was
so
really-
good.
Growing Pains of Adrian Mole.
Yes, yeah.
That was the one. Never really got into that. But
Yeah, I
what,
used to read the books.
what,
Yeah, the books are always better than
what I
the
did used to
televised.
like, and I shouldn't have probably been watching this. 'Cause again, it was one of the.
Euro trash.
No, it's the Cook Report. It was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
He'd just turn up and he would just like
On someone's doorstep and just start shouting.
Some
at
gas
their
man.
face,
piss people
yeah.
off. And
Some gas man.
I
Who's,
get,
oh, you've been round old Joe's house.
Taking advantage of
death
pensioners, have you?
But he
How
would
did he not
genuinely get attacked and like have death threats. and
Yeah,
stuff.
absolutely. He was properly
proper
going.
bad, yeah.
It's not like Nicky Campbell for Watchdog
No, it
now,
wasn't.
where he just goes, "Would you mind answering the question?" And they go, "No, fair enough."
Okay.
And he runs
Oh, is
off.
that
He
what
was
he
like properly on
Yeah,
it,
he
wasn't
did.
he?
Yeah, he used to get
Don't take no for an
proper,
answer. Stand in front of cars and stuff. No, you're not driving away. No, you're not. You don't answer my questions, you bastard.
It was.
Fucking how easy, Roger. He really went for it, didn't
Yeah, go on, mate. Go.
he? Love him.
Bet he didn't get too many Christmas cards. At Christmas.
Not from the gas people.
The Charmer with Nigel Havers.
I mean, he
yeah.
was just too smooth, wasn't he? Old
Yeah,
Nigel?
just remember it just being. It was just like he just like.
What was it actually
He
about?
was a serial killer, I think. That just used. Well, he's the
Well, he
Charmer.
was.
Yeah, so he used to like. Obviously, it was.
Nigel
worm
Havers
his
was a
way into, like,
serial killer.
affections.
Yeah, he was a serial killer, but obviously he was a charmer, so he used to sort of like entice all these women into his little trap, and then yeah.
Was it like just a mini drama series?
Yeah, I
then?
think
Yeah.
it was done
Like
in
6
wasn't it
episodes
like
or
it
something?
wasn't period drama, but it was set in like the 30s, maybe 40s. Or
Yeah,
something,
when it was
something
all very
that.
like sharp dressing
Yeah,
and all the rest
sort
of
of
it.
that.
It was basic.
I remember. I kind of remember it, but I don't. I didn't realise it was like him. Just can't imagine Nigel Havers being a killer.
An absolute rotter.
So if you don't remember that, do you remember any of these two? And this is the last two I got. Matlock. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Our name rings a bell.
I think it's like a detective
I know it's a
thing.
football team.
Oh, Matlock. And Tarby's Frame Game.
I mean, that already sounds terrible, doesn't it?
Hobbies frame game.
Yeah, I know we like Lisa Tarbuck on the show.
Oh,
don't
we
we?
love Lisa.
But yeah, I
Tarbuck.
don't know what that could be. So,
Dad Jimbo.
so
doing
that could
something.
possibly be like the ITV. Oh no, another version of the Cook Report. So he used to frame
frames people.
So
So
Jimmy
just
Tarbuck
pin it on anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Jim will pin it on anyone. It turns
used
out.
to get like the people, sort of like up on like I don't know
Charges.
for
So
like murder.
Matlock was like a defence lawyer, an American.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, this looks like an American defence.
proper
like
shit.
a load of shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the back
Tarby's
of like LA
Frame
Law or
Game,
something.
Phil. You got anything
What's
else?
that one?
Tarby's Frame Game.
Well, whilst you're
Tarby's-
talking about that one, I've forgotten one and must give it a little nod.
Go on, mate.
Around the World with Willie Fogg.
Oh yeah. And
remember
he was
that
a
one?
lion, wasn't he?
He was a lion in a hot air balloon with his little helper.
It's not a lion-based.
A lot of lion-based
cartoons.
Yeah, but that was really good. That was another sort of decent little theme tune. as
Yeah,
well.
it was. Yeah.
We'll be around the world with Willie Fogg.
Yeah, I remember that.
that was
Yeah.
great.
Because that was just literally
yeah,
around the world in 80 days, wasn't it? But in cartoon version.
great.
So it was a Spanish cartoon, but badly dubbed. And
Oh really? Is that what it was?
same as like Cities of Gold was a Japanese cartoon dubbed into Spanish, dubbed into English.
Oh really? Well,
Yeah.
God. That is bad. Yeah.
Going full scale in it. Have we got
So
Tarby's
yeah,
Frame
Tarby's
Game?
Frame Game was a British game show.
Hosted by Jimmy Tarbuck.
Yeah, hosted by Jimmy Tyler. It's based on a 1984 unsold pilot in the US called It. The premise of it.
They
the
really
premise,
tried hard with the title there, didn't they?
The premise of it was two teams of couples try to solve a series of 3-word puzzles called frames. A frame is 2 words with a linking word missing in between.
Oh, okay.
The object of the game is to guess a word that is the missing link between the two words. Sounds like a load of
appalling.
shit.
And that's why it wasn't picked up in the States and didn't do
Even
well
Jimmy
in
Tarbuck couldn't but
Brits.
save it.
I'll tell you who would have done. Andrew O'Connor. Should have got him in, shouldn't they?
Yeah, he would have. Yeah,
Mulhern will pick that up in about a year's time. We'll be seeing that coming up again. Any more telly, or was that fairly comprehensive?
that's
No, it's all good, mate. All
Loads
good.
on again, wasn't there?
It was good TV.
Loads.
Loved
It
it.
turns out if there's only 4 channels,
Yeah, exactly, mate.
They should go back to 4
they
channels.
shouldn't. There's too much choice now.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's
We
too
used to watch a lot more, didn't we?
too
But I think
splintered
because
and
of that.
diverse because you'd sit and you'd just like watch one channel like
You'd
for
put
the
up with it,
entire
wouldn't it?
day, wouldn't you? It's like bang. It doesn't matter what shit they're putting out. We will watch it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh,
You never
it's lovely.
stick around for a lot, put up with a lot of that crap now, would you?
No, too much choice. Straight in, bang, 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 move around. Now, oh, can't deal with it. But a thoroughly enjoyable look back at the telly.
I loved
Very
it.
much so.
Loved it.